Does anyone else want a reading?
And I brought pictures. This is Miss Kitty. All of our animals have been teachers to us, and she died in 2002, 2 weeks after my dad died. And she was a rescue. And
Did she have thyroid issues?
I don't know if she had thyroid issues.
Okay.
She had a bunch of things going on. She was only about 3 years old when she
There was an
was
imbalance.
ready to go. Yeah, there was
So
definitely
this
an
has a
imbalance.
lot to do with...
Let me ask my
Yeah.
question.
Yes.
Because all of our animals, the spirits stay around us. And my husband sees them. I don't see them, but I sense them. And I haven't sensed her around lately. I have 2 other cats who've been, and I've had many once-in-a-lifetime cats. The 2 I have now, plus her especially, are the ones. But I don't sense her around so much. So I'm just curious whether she's moved on or whether she's back doing something else, because I don't have a sense of her being as much with me, and I'm hoping that she is. And how to, and
Okay,
a
well,
little bit about that. Do they come back, and where do they go when they come back?
This kitty has incarnated again.
That's
So
what
a
I'm
lot of
wondering.
people don't always... She's a very wise, was a teacher.
Oh, yeah.
Very wise soul. Very, very wise, showing me owl energy.
That's what she had, yes.
Yes, you know.
Yes,
Okay,
I know
good.
that. But I felt like she's incarnated again because I just get a little sense of her, and it feels like her energy's now
Yeah, so
doing
do you
other
guys
work.
understand? So with reincarnation with animals, if they leave one body, then they can just kind of pop into another one. It's quite easy for them. They just, they're done with one body, they can choose a new one. So she is owl energy, showing me lots of owl, and certainly flight, and she's an old, very old soul, very evolved being.
Yeah, she is.
And she did come to teach you, and she's, okay, it's a male body now, male body. And it's an animal of flight, right? Who's awake at night, and showing me owl.
Okay, I just wanted a sense of confirmation that my sense that she was back in another form might be the case. So thank you.
She comes into your consciousness, comes and goes, but not often.
Yeah.
Yes.
Less now than a couple of years ago. She was much more present for the first.
Because you're not
Few
needing her
years.
as much now. You've got others.
I got other animals that are current teachers.
There were a lot of physical imbalances.
Yes, there were.
Yeah.
But she did her work. Thank you.
Yeah. Anyone else?
Yeah.
Who? James, you had yours up. Let's do you have a picture or no?
No, I don't.
That's okay. Give me the name.
Do you, I had a friend who I took care of for 2 dogs, and the one dog ran away and the other dog passed away. Molly and Graham. And I never got to say goodbye to them.
It's never too late. Here's the thing, James. What was the what are the 2 animals' names?
Molly and Graham.
Oh, okay. I thought that was your friend. Okay. Molly was a rescue dog?
Yes.
These 2 are still linked. They're still linked. Okay. Actually, okay, so this is a really interesting relationship between these 2. It's like Graham is kind of like sweet and serious at the same time. And Molly is just like playful kooky nut. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to you? In terms of their personalities? You're saying yes? Yeah. So, they're still connected, they're still linked. When did they cross?
It was a couple of years ago. Actually, I don't know if Graham crossed. He ran away,
Yes,
and we never found him.
he's crossed. Okay. Okay, here's the big message here. Okay, this is the love yous. They're on to their frolicking energy, frolicking. The thing for you, James, is, and this is just, because when we do readings, the animals are telling us things about us. They're teaching us. And the thing for you is you've got stored up sadness and grief in there. It needs to be released. It's in the way of you experiencing your happiness. And so you're attracting some darkness to you, you know? This is why you're seeing some dead people. It's making sense?
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like anything wrong, because it's never anything wrong. I mean, even dead people, they have important, valuable messages. It doesn't mean that it's dark. It doesn't have to be dark at all. I mean, plenty of them just come back and they're just like dancing and having fun and celebrating. It's just that you're, for you, the grief, it's weighing here. Does that make sense? You just have to release some of that. You know, crying is so underrated, isn't it? Mm-hmm. And I had the last 2 days, I went out and I got these new tuning forks. And they make this beautiful sound vibration. And I put it on my heart, you know, for some healing. I'm going to use them with animals. I'm using them on my dogs already. And I noticed after I did that a few times, I cried for like a day, 2 days, and I realized it was sadness I was releasing. It wasn't pain, it was just release.
Mm-hmm. And that brings a point to mind just about empathy, that a lot of the grief or the, you know, mourning that we feel with whether it's human or animal loss, don't you think that that's this cracking open of the shell and allowing us to feel and have empathy?
Yes. Oh my goodness, yes. Because the animals teach us the most magnificent lessons. I mean, of course they teach us compassion and love, and we get to learn how forgiveness from them. They never hold grudges. Of course, those things. But they teach us that kind of empathy. But they also teach us so many things, even way more magnificent than that, like how to tap into this source, how to read and learn energy and work with energy. These are profound, profound lessons. The whales and dolphins. I mean, whales are the keepers of the sea. Why do you think that Japan had that tsunami? Does anyone have any guesses? I know some of you know.
Kind of like Noah's Ark.
Well, Japan was not really treating the whales and the dolphins very well, were they? They haven't been. Very inappropriate treatment there. And, you know, I mean, it's a karmic thing.
Wow.
You know, why do you think we're right now dealing with... Okay, now I'm going to go off. This is a little unrelated to animals, but why do you think we're dealing with issues right now around money in this country? Because we've basically been stealing from everyone else on the planet without really caring about them. It's about time for us to learn our karmic lessons around money. And freedom. Our freedom is very quickly, very easily being just pulled out from under us without us even noticing. Well, if we take it for granted, we lose it. So anyway, it's like a karmic lesson. Okay. So the animals teach us these kinds of profound, profound lessons. And there's something called totem animals, which is really, I mean, if you're studying totems, we talked about this in class, we will be talking about it on our teleclass, that all of the animals come to us with lessons, even as, generally as species. So dolphins teach us about joy and fun and play. They also teach us about the power within, the wisdom within. Hummingbirds teach us about happiness, joy. They teach us about doing things that seem impossible. Bumblebees, do you know that scientists can't explain how a bumblebee can fly? He can't support the weight of his body. They can't explain how a hummingbird can move backwards. Well, okay, so what are those animals teaching us? They're teaching us... Yes! Yes! And the bumblebees are teaching us about how important all of life is on this planet. Do you know that if bumblebees go extinct, we have basically 10 years maximum to live? Now, thank God they're coming back because there's so many bumblebee farmers recognizing the incredible royal jelly. You guys know how great royal jelly is? The queen bee is the only one that eats the royal jelly. And that's the only difference in her from all the other bees, and she lives 4 years longer. Okay, so the animals have incredible lessons to teach us, and that's the gift, really, of them. Okay, so I think we could do just one more reading, and then I want to Oh my goodness, okay. All right, we'll do really fast, because we can go a little over, because we're the last ones in here. So let's do yours first. We'll do your 3 and then fast ones.
My dog, his name was Max, or Maxu. He passed away when he was 17, and I had him when he was 2.
Yeah. All right. So, okay, on one level he was totally spoiled. He was your guy. He was your man.
Yeah.
And on another level, sometimes he was probably, I think he was a little yappy, a little sometimes snappy even, right? You see, he was defending you. Were you going through a divorce at some period in there?
No.
Separation? Some kind of separation?
No, I was attacked.
Ah.
But I got him because to protect me.
Yes, so that was his job.
Yeah.
How long ago did he cross?
A few years ago.
Was he a gray dog? Was he terrier type? What kind of dog was he?
He was a Pomeranian and Dachshund mixed. Cream color, tan color.
Okay. Okay. All right. So here's the thing: your bond with him is just obviously it's very deep, and he fulfilled his role. You were going through this incredible. It was a separation in a way because it was a separation from your trust, from your faith, from your confidence. Right? You lost a lot of inner knowing, but you see, there was a much bigger plan for you there, Fanny. It was that you were to come into a new self, which you did. You bloomed. After some period of time, that took you down, and you came back up way stronger than you were before that experience, right? Mm-hmm. And he was your teacher to help usher you through that. He had fulfilled his mission with you. Does this make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, he's moved on. He's in another dog's body. And the dog that he's showing me is like a Coco color, like a Coco Chanel kind of personality. And his name may be Coco. This is what I'm understanding. This is how I'm seeing it and understanding it and hearing it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, could be. So if I'm looking for a dog, it might be...
Not yet. Time's not right. He's with someone else. He's doing service with someone else. At least 7 years more. At least. You want to reunite with him? Not yet. Could be, could happen. You can ask for it. You can make it. He can show up for you again. Loved being with you.
Yeah.
He lived with you for some period of time in France.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
And you used to bring him everywhere, obviously.
Yes.
And he would sit with you, yes. Fond memories, fond memories.
Yes. It was very funny.
Yeah, nice relationship. Cool, thank you.